I'm Thomas, and we're about to get hands-on with the Aquamax DTH1 dosing tube holder. If you've been after a flexible, customizable, magnetically mounted dosing tube holder that can support up to 5 dosing lines and is also surprisingly affordable, now hold on to your socks. Well, not actually, like this you don't have to bring filter sock. This has nothing. I realize now this was for the pun I was making, but this could get confusing and I don't want you to think, okay, let's just move on. Dosing pumps have become so much more prevalent and affordable that most modern reefers will use them for automatically dosing their major elements like alkalinity and calcium, and oftentimes nutritional additives and trace elements as well. But all of those dosing tubes have to go somewhere. And not all reefers have tricked out sumps that come with dosing tube holders built right in. Heck, some of us are using all-in-one style tanks that don't even have a sump. So for those reefers that need an alternative option to keep their dosing tubes firmly in place and neatly organized, Aquamax answered the call with their DTH1 dosing tube holder. It's compact and uses strong neodymium magnets encased in acrylic to firmly hold up to 5 dosing lines. Yup, 5. It includes 2 different types of connectors to match up perfectly with your preferred type of tubing, which makes it a great option for not just your dosing tubes, but also your ATO if it just so happens to sit above your return pump. And the thing about it that I might actually love the most is the fact that even though it has all those features built in, it is still one of the most affordable magnetically mounted dosing tube holders that I've personally seen, which just adds to its uniqueness. In the box, you'll find the DTH1 magnetic mount, a set of 5 threaded barbed adapters for 1/4-inch tubing, a set of 5 threaded push connectors for 1/4-inch tubing, as well as a set of 5 threaded nuts, and the installation guide. The DTH1 is quite small, at roughly 4 inches by 1.5 inches by 2 inches thick, and the magnetic mount has enough strength to hold firm onto panels up to 1/2 inch thick while using a supple and grippy O-ring just to make sure it stays where you want it to, whether that's the back of your all-in-one, in your sump, or even the back panel of your 40 breeder. While I'm more accustomed to seeing dosing tube holders that hold maybe 3 or 4 dosing lines, the Aquamax DTH1 holds 5, and instead of the typical hole with a screw to lock things down, they've included a set of 5 barbed fittings for flexible nylon or silicone tubing, as well as a set of 5 push connect fittings for semi-rigid tubing like RODI tubing. So that way you can use whatever works best for your particular needs. You can also mix and match between them so that you can use typical silicone tubing for your dosing and then say push connect fittings for your auto top-off line. Putting it all together is also really simple. All of the barbed and push connect fittings are threaded and also include a nut. Slide the fitting you want into the holes with the connectors facing upwards, then thread the nut onto the back and you're done. Now, when it comes to placement, it's pretty important to consider what it is you're dosing and where you'd like it to be dosed. For example, you don't really want to dose your nutritional additives like aminos in or before your skimmer chamber, and you probably don't want your alkalinity supplement going into a slow-flowing refugium area. Personally, I like to have my dosing happen in or near the return section. That way, none of my filtration elements will have a chance to interact with the supplements before they go into the tank. I can also have my ATO line in the holder as well if it's sitting above the return section. To make sure things are incorporated into the water quickly and don't precipitate, I definitely recommend adding a small and inexpensive circulation pump below the dosing lines. It'll disperse those additives quickly and effectively, and then your return pump will deliver them to the display tank. If you've got an all-in-one system, the DTH is definitely small enough to fit behind the filtration panel on many different makes and models. Just aim for the chamber where the flow is most turbulent, or where you can sneak in that circulation pump I was talking about. On standard aquariums with hang-on gear, placing it over top of a circulation pump in the display is usually the way to go. Regardless of what type of tank you have and where you need to place those dosing lines, having a solid magnetic mount that you can customize to your specific needs that doesn't break the bank is bound to match many a reefing mantra, and if it just so happens to match yours, you can pick one up for yourself by clicking right here.